Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make these lucky horseshoe charms. So you can do them as key rings, you can just do them just as a charm, just to hang on a bag. I've got a little bag here where I've already attached one to the handle, just there. Okay, so all you're going to need to be able to do this is just some scraps of yarn. So I don't know about you, but I've been using scraps of yarn to be able to make things like pumpkins at this time of year. And so I've just got a little bit of this beigey coloured yarn. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, and I've got my little key things already prepared. You're going to need a darning needle and some scissors. Okay, so let's begin. So for the very beginning, we need to have a long tail end, which is going to be about 3 hooks long. Just check that, 1, 2, yeah, just about 3 hooks long. You need that tail end for doing your sewing in and to be able to make these little chains, okay? It's really quick and easy. So I'm beginning with a twist on my hook, and we're going to do a chain of 12. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to work into the third chain. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're using the double crochet if you're in the US, or a treble crochet if you're in the UK. So we do one of those in that first in the third chain. Then we do one in the next chain. And we're going to work 2 into the next 2 chains. So that's 1, 2, into the next chain is the 2 again, 1, 2, and into the next 2 chains we're going to work 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3. So technically we're at halfway point here, so it's naturally making it curve because of how many stitches you put in inside the actual chains. Okay, so then we want to do 3 stitches into this next one. 1, 2, and 3. 2 into the next 2 chains. 1, 2. Sorry, I've lost my tension there. And 2 in this one. 1, oops, 2. And then we're going to put 1 in the last 2 chains. So that's 1 in there and 1 in there. Just need to pull some more yarn from this little bit I've got. Okay, so, woo, I've come off my hook. Okay, so when you look at it, if you finish there, you can see this has got a rounded edge and this has got a straight edge. So to finish it off, to give the rounded edge, we're going to do a chain of 2 and then slip stitch or single crochet right into the beginning where you started from. Okay, and then you just make sure that your tail end that you're finishing with is also as long as the beginning. Okay, so pull that all the way through. Move that out of the way. So you do actually need to make 2 of those. So I've already made one earlier, so I can show you the next stage. So now I want my needle. So I'm just going to get the tail end and thread the needle there. So what you're going to do is you're going to sandwich them together. I like to do it from the one that I'm sewing with. I start from the bottom. I'm not sure that it really makes any difference. But so what I'm going to do, so this is my tail end. So we're going to work straight into the bit where we actually finished our work on that one there. I'm just doing a running stitch, and then you just match the chains up that you've already worked in, so the holes are quite easy to be able to work in. So you're just going to just go backwards and forwards. Yes, the middle bit is a little bit fiddly because it will curl over on you while you're first doing it, but it's not that difficult. It's just getting yourself in the right position to be able to see what you're doing. Okay, and because the chains have already been worked in, so they're already easy to sew, so they're easy to line up. So we're just going to get these ones into there. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing properly. There we go, into there, from the back to the front, and then we've got this one here. So I'm going to leave that one just there, okay, so you can see, so this makes your little bit there. Now I'm going to get the second tail end from the back of the work. I know this does ultimately leave you some other long tail ends, but it just makes your life easy. So whichever tail end you want to use, and then so making sure I don't get tangled up. So this one now what I'm going to do is work this one into the actual chain, because I want to come over to be able to sew the opposite side. So it's just in there and then back through the chain, and then you start matching up, matching up the stitches that you've done. So you need to come underneath the 2 strands of those stitches, just there. Okay, so this pattern, I found this pattern while I was playing a game inside the Voynich manuscript, because I've found all these crochet patterns in there, and this realistically belongs to the Lucky Horseshoe blanket. So if you wanted to make the blanket and add them to the blanket, then obviously you can. I've drawn a grid which I'll show you towards the end so you can see how that works. It was just a game to play to add. One of the games was to do letters and the other one was to do numbers. So you could effectively just write secret messages with people's names and dates of birth or wedding anniversaries or whatever. And I thought it was really lovely, but that's my opinion. So, yeah, and I just thought it's just such a lovely little thing to make. It's really nice for little key rings, for just to, let's say, bag charms. And everybody appreciates you offering them a little bit of good luck. Okay, so that's come to the back of there. Right, so that's those bits done there. So you're going to need your needle again in a minute, but for now I'm going to get the hook. So these chains that we did at the very end, so you're working in between the posts, you're going to pick up one of your tail ends that you've already worked, pull it through and make a chain of 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7, 8, I didn't leave my tail end long enough, 9, to keep the proper tension, 10, ooh, that was close, and then through there. So yeah, so the longer your tail ends, it really is better for you. And then pull this one round to the back, and we're doing a chain of 10 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we get the tail ends. So if you didn't want to make them into the little charms and you just wanted to use the tail ends to sew it to your project as an applique, obviously you can do that as well with it. And it's a lovely way to use up your scrap yarns just to make those little bits of things, let's say little key rings, little charms. Just something nice, quick and easy. But I guess nice stocking fillers when it comes around to Christmas times. Little birthday gifts, however you want to do it. I just like them. Okay, so just sewing this straight in between the actual pieces that we've actually done, just to get the tail ends out of the way. And get that one done. There. Okay, so that's your piece there. So you've got, yes, on this side I haven't actually got a very long tail, so that's going to make my life a little bit awkward, but it's still workable with. So then what I did is just got another little scrap of yarn. So I'll just show you how to just make this little flower. It's really simplistic. So the tail end doesn't matter so much on this one, but at least a hook long. There, so it's beginning with a twist, do a chain of 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first chain is actually the one that we're going to work in all the time. So we're going to slip stitch or single crochet into there. The next loops are going to be 5 chains. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch or single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back into the same space we've already worked. Got 2 more to do, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's quick and easy, it uses up your scraps of yarn, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make something really pretty and useful at the same time. Pull that all the way through. I know it's a really long tail in there, and I'm going to pull that all the way back, but that does mean I've still got some more scraps of yarn, whether I want to use it for making more flowers, or whether I just want to just use it for stuffing. So we always saving those bits there. So I've got my pieces. Now I actually did buy these little, they're like the fake leatherette things. So this one just says handmade with love. Okay, so I'm just going to get my needle. So for this we need to get both of these tail ends onto the needle. There. Pull that through. And then we're going to, through this, we're just going to just put that straight through there. And pull my tail ends through. Like that. Take the needle off. Now you will want to sit and make sure that your chains are just sitting nicely, so because they will twist when you're actually doing that, so be careful just to make it look that bit neater. And then we get the little flower. Back through the same hole. It's amazing, this little tiny hole, how much you can get through it. There we go, without it ruining the actual work. So it works really nicely. So that just gives that little finish there. And then what I did with this, so realistically, I would suggest that you do use a smaller loop towards the end, but I was just using what I'd got. So if you want to do a double big loop like I have, so this bigger loop, the one that I've got the little key on, look, is going to be the one that I'm going to attach, because I don't, you can do it either way you like, but I just wanted that one to be closer to there. And then you can add your other little things to that one without anything getting in the way. And all I've done with this is literally just tie it into knots at the back. So if you're going to sew it to a piece of work, then you can use your tail ends for that. And then I'm doing 3 knots just to be on the safe side, as safe as possible there. And then I want to make sure all of my tail ends are roughly the same length, just so it looks neat. And there you go. Yeah, so we've got a lovely little charm. You can add other little bits onto it if you wanted to add like little gems and things on it. But I just thought it was a lovely little thing to be able to share how to do. Okay, and so I'm just going to bring over my notepad just so you can see the grids. So if you wanted to use the number grid, so it's literally 0 all the way through to 9, and you start from 0 again. And then what you do is, if you wanted to make the numbers, so let's just say I wanted to have the number 3, as you know, if that was part of the date, then I would actually attach my horseshoe to there, and you just attach your horseshoes to wherever the grids you wanted for the numbers. There was a letter version as well that I've already done. I did that was the ivy cage. One thing that I didn't know until afterwards, because I was making a poncho, I did it as a join as you go method, and I had to leave out these middle letters. I played the game, and bizarrely enough, those letters actually turned into Yahoo, which is where I found the original. That's where I worked out how you could actually break the English alphabet into portions. So it all seemed to join together, and I just thought I'd just share with you just this lovely little video. So that's all I'm doing for today. Oh no, let's just show you the little bag. So if you want to see the bag properly, there, it was just, everything's all been made out of scraps. I've been working on a new really strong handle. So if you want me to show you how to do that with the granny pattern, that is beautiful. All right, so thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. Bye for now.